And we are back in the kitchen with Lucy Greer from Greer's Markets and Catering, and what she's making is one of those the holiday dishes I really love. We're talking about these pepper jelly meatballs, one of those great things to throw in the crock pot. Real easy to do ahead of time too, isn't it? So you can have it ready for the holiday party.
That's exactly right. And a lot of things pop up, you know, all of a sudden it's people are coming over, we got to go somewhere, and this is a great one that you can make ahead and put together real quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure you could probably freeze the meatballs after you've cooked them and then throw them in the crock pot day of and then just let them go.
Definitely. That is such a great idea. And what we already did is mixed up our meatballs, and we used 1 pound of sausage, 1 pound of ground beef, 6 green onions sliced up, a couple of eggs, half a cup of breadcrumbs, and I grated 2 cloves of fresh garlic in there, and then just added a little bit of salt and pepper, and I rolled those up, and we'll pop those in the oven. It's at 400 degrees, and those are only going to take 20 minutes to bake. So in the meantime, that's when you would make your sauce. And
that's what we're doing now. And we got some sort of pepper jelly here. I just want to check this out. Tabasco pepper jelly. So I'm sure this has a kick to it.
It does have a kick to it. And this pepper jelly, they actually use green and red peppers in here, but you could use whatever pepper jelly is your favorite. This is a 10-ounce jar, and I already have 1 10-ounce jar in the pot, so I'm just going to add this second one. And I make a couple different varieties of meatballs, and whenever I make the sauce, I like to use this chili sauce. You know, it's kind of like ketchup, but it has a few extra spices in there. And if you didn't have this and you just had some ketchup on hand, you could certainly just use ketchup.
What about a barbecue sauce, or would that be a little too much for it?
It'd be a little too much, but of course, if you wanted to do barbecue meatballs with this recipe, it would work just as good. And to loosen the sauce up and to give it some extra flavor, I'm going to add the juice of 1 orange. And if you wouldn't mind bumping it up to about 7 for me, we'll just bring this to medium-high heat, and it's just going to melt together. We're just going to use our whisk, and then when it's melted, we're going to want to thicken it up a little bit.
Okay. So, and if folks need some help with the holiday cooking, how are you guys helping over at Greer's?
All of my recipes are on our website. We kind of have a new website, so if you're kind of in a crunch or don't know how to cook a ham or a roast or something like that, if you needed a recipe, you could find them online. But also, all of our stores have people actually in the markets. So we're still cutting our own meat, and they are there to help you. If you don't know which roast to grab or which ham or which turkey, they are there to help you and to kind of guide you in the way that you should cook it. So anybody in the store can lead you in the right direction.
Because we've got so much other stuff to do. You don't want to be bogged down trying to figure out how to cook a ham if you've never done it before or anything like that.
That's exactly right. So we're there to help you every step of the way, whether it's just picking it out or guiding you in the cooking instructions.
Okay, now you're making a cornstarch slurry, am I?
You are good. You must be in the kitchen a lot. Matt is exactly right. This is a slurry. It's what we're going to use to thicken up our sauce. So I just mixed 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of cold water just in a little bowl. And once we bring this mixture up to a boil, we'll just drizzle that in and let it simmer for a couple minutes, and our sauce will thicken up really nicely for us.
Yeah, great way to thicken something up. So what are we going to do next? We're going to next segment.
We are going to pull these out of the oven, finish up our sauce, and they'll be ready to eat.
All right, stay tuned for that. We'll have more coming up with Lucy Greer here in the kitchen. Now we'll see what else we got going on in the weather arena from Chastity.